The Hidden Misha playstyle that breaks the game, part 2. We did this run a couple of months ago, but now we've got Sunday. So the team has actually gotten even better because Misha is a character who's going to be batteried up by the amount of skills we use on the team. So with the amount of skill points that Sunday is going to be generating, with how many we're going to be spending with Boothill, which is a very skill point heavy character, we're going to be having a very good time using this very niche Misha strategy. Now, since he is a bounce character, his total toughness damage is really high if we're going against a single enemy like Aventurine. So in the second phase, we're going to see what he can really do. Now here, we went ahead and we actually broke both fishes just so we can immediately get into 3 stacks of pocket trick shot. Now we're going to go ahead and go ahead and push that enemy back ever so slightly. And now we don't have to worry about pretty much getting CC'd whatsoever. And we're just going to want to make sure to break before we take any more damage. Now we can leave the fish to die to the bleed. That's actually going to give Boothill an extra 10 energy, which is really good. And then here we can go ahead and destroy this one. Now when it comes to when we want to pop the ultimate for Sunday, ideally it's always after our character's turn. We want that state to last as long as possible, and because the crit damage doesn't really matter on Boothill, there's no reason of buffing up his attacks with the ultimate. It's just purely energy and the skill points we get back when we advance Boothill. So, right here, beautiful, we got the ultimate, which means we're going to go ahead and break. Really good, and then the rest of the rotation is coming in wonderfully. We are running a 3-cycle rotation, or a 3 actions per wave, which does make use of the speed boost from Ron-Mei, plus the Dance Dance Dance, plus a triple double speed set with Sunday. Really good. Anyways, look at that toughness damage. More than half of Aventurine's toughness gone. The 16% Def Shred from Misha's E2 applied, so he's got even a little bit of a debuff there as well. We went ahead and skilled, got an extra skill point because of Misha's E6, and now we can go ahead and do one really nice blast. Ah, bang. Beautiful. 57% of Aventurine's health. We like to see it. Now, there's no point of popping the ultimate on Boothill because we want to make sure we can implant, or rather deal, a good amount of toughness damage once Aventurine comes back because he's already physical. Ah, bang. Oh, okay, 10%. This dot might actually not kill it. Ooh, so unfortunately, maybe we actually should have gone and popped that ultimate in the last one. We're going to be wasting an entire action here. Pretty sad, but what can you do? We'll go ahead and push Aventurine back with this ultimate. Now, we do want to make sure that Ron-Mei gets her ultimate up, but she is in range. So, all we're going to have to do is skill with her, and we're looking good. Number 4 out of 6 Boothill turns in this cycle. And here is the Dance 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 trigger. We're going to be able to push Misha up too, but we want to make sure not to break with Misha. That is very important, obviously. So in this situation, we can actually skill and do it, or we can just basic, and this hit's going to guarantee it. I mean, it'd be pretty unlikely for us not to get hit with Ron-Mei there. And there is the Dance Dance Dance. Beautiful, 507. I'm going to go ahead and pop the Misha ultimate now. Not really for damage, but that Def Shred is nice. And one final Boothill turn. It's looking like the end for our poor 10 Stone Heart Aventurine. Bang! Oh yeah, that's a good one. Now let's take this into MOC 12 using the same strategy, but now, because we have no ice weakness, we're going to have to use Black Swan, which actually works really well, because of course this entire side is wind weak. Not to mention Black Swan is an incredible supportive unit when she is built for that, which pretty much just means energy recharge. That's the only thing you really have to do. And as for the light cone, if we toss Zhao's light cone on instead of her light cone, it's going to be super good for Boothill's damage, not to mention her own damage as well. So in this comp, we are taking extreme advantage of the energy gain from Sunday. I mean, it is mandatory, the energy gain, because this entire side, no physical weakness, 0 physical weakness, so we're pretty much going to have to firefly our way out of it, using as many ults from Boothill as we can. Now, we are going to go ahead and wait until Sunday's turn to pop the ultimate, just like the last run. We want to maximize our skill points because we are in a little bit of a deficit, especially because Ron May is also on Dance, Dance, Dance. So those 2 free skill points we're going to get don't exist. Beautiful. Now, hopefully this is going to be in range of dying to the dot. That is what we want. We got the ultimate to implant the physical on the right enemy. Beautiful. That's a 96k dot. We like to see it. The Arcana didn't even trigger. Oh, the Arcana is actually very, very helpful if we've got slivers left. Now, that's a beautiful 430k. We're at 3 stacks of Pocket Trick Shot with Boothill, so hopefully this break retrigger is going to be able to do it. Wonderful. As you can also see, Ron May is at 3 action value before. Very important, because she needs to be a little bit faster in this run, but not too fast. Now, the wind set on Black Swan is going to be triggering here, going and pushing her up in front of Boothill, which is mandatory. We need her to be applying this Dev Shred right here before our very fast Boothill and our very fast Sunday goes. They are at about a 174 speed, 174 and 175. So with the Ron May talent boost plus 1 Dance, 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 we can get him to go 3 times. Now, here we're going to go ahead and go after Svarog first. It's a little bit risky doing this. Reason being is that we have to kill the right enemy before it takes pretty much too much time out of the run, because then Sunday is going to be CC'd. It's a very dangerous situation. However, this is the only thing we can do, because we need the most amount of our damage to be dealt when the ultimate from Ron May is up. A little bit of a word ramble, my apologies. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get this energy up here with Boothill now, because we do want to go ahead and pop that ultimate once we get the energy for it. Let's see how much this does. We've got a ton of buffs from Black Swan. We've got the physical break, which actually means that we end up getting the E1 triggered even if we don't have the ultimate. Although we do have the ultimate in this situation. We actually held the Boothill ultimate. I was playing around with the rotations, but this is a little bit of a better one. Just because we actually want that energy to go on Ron May. It's very, very, very important. We should be able to skill here, so that is why we waited. If we skill. There it is. There's the skill. Okay. Now the Dance, Dance, Dance is going to go ahead and advance us in front of Svarog. Not that it really matters, because he's broken. Now we'll go ahead and attack once more. First to Svarog. Very nice. We're getting 2 attacks per Pocket Trick Shot, which means we're saving our skill points, which is pretty important in this team, even with the Sunday Light Cone. And here, it's a little bit tough, because we need to make sure the right enemy dies before Sunday's next turn. That is what I was talking about with the risk here. So hopefully we can do some good damage. We've got the Dev Shred, we've got the Light Cone debuff, we got the E1 debuff from Black Swan. We're looking very, very good. 600k. Up. And there it is. The dots come in clutch. 2 more actions. The second 2 didn't even... almost weren't even necessary. This is a crazy second side in my opinion. Very, very, very nice. Very good. So now it's time to switch things up and go for one of Boothill's least favorite stages. AoE, 5 targets, almost 0 physical weakness across the entire thing. So we're going to go in with this very, very fun Acheron comp. I mean, this is pretty much the 2 cores of Acheron and Zhao plus Boothill and Ron May, and these 4 work very, very good together. Now we're going to go ahead and dance, dance, dance right here, push ourselves forward, and then this part is really, really cool. We're going to go ahead and skill, ult with Zhao, get our first stack of Pocket Trick Shot. We're pretty much charging up Acheron while also charging up Boothill at the exact same time. So it's very, very good there. Now we're going to go ahead and use Acheron's ult and then break the right enemy. Now, unfortunately, our stacks went to the left one. So we're going to go ahead and target the right enemy and make sure we break that one just so we can get the point for Boothill. And then we left the left enemy at a sliver so we can go ahead and break again. Look at that. We're already ult back up 3 stacks of Boothill in only 1 Boothill turn. That is an incredible rotation, if you ask me. I was pretty proud of it, to be honest. So, here at this point, we're going to go ahead and basic. Wonderful. Able to deal a little bit of damage. This guy is going to recover his toughness, but that's actually what we want. We want him to survive. That way we can get as many stacks for Acheron and as many skill points as possible. Hopefully this doesn't kill. Beautiful. Now we can go ahead and basic with Acheron, and we're looking very, very good going into the next wave. Now we want to wait here, get the attack boost, and then we can go ahead and pop Acheron's ult. And even though this TV is happy, we could go ahead and try some shenanigans. However, there's really no point. We're not benefiting that much from an energy gain, and we rather get the extra stacks. 2, 3, and 4. Looking good. 1.4 million. My Acheron is also a not well-built Acheron whatsoever. A bang. And we can go ahead and now break this enemy. We do need to apply the physical always, so Boothill doesn't do the most damage in this side, but he is being a very good battery while also, being able to deal a good amount of damage when we want him to. So hopefully we can use one more Boothill attack and then save the ultimate from Acheron. Ooh, wonderful. So we went ahead and are able to pop the ultimate from Zhao, and now we're going to be able to get a second trigger of energy. Unfortunately, it went to Acheron, so it got wasted, but what can you do? If it went to Ron May, it would have been the best, but 5% should be zero issue. Without the ult from Ron May, the damage is pretty abysmal there. But at this point, we do need to change a couple of these TVs into the happy mode, and then pray they don't get flipped with the main TV. So we'll go ahead and attack with this max stack Acheron and build up our next ultimate. We're going to get skill points back with that skill point machine as well. So we're looking good as long as that TV does not swap the left TV into angry mode. Let's go. Okay, we're good. And now we can go ahead and skill with Ron May, and the run is still alive. Beautiful. This attack's going to do nothing, but it doesn't really matter because we got Acheron coming up, and then she's going to do the rest. 66%. Can we do it? I weep for the departed. We're at 98% crit rate if we count the E1. I don't see any missed crits. Very nice. Well, there we go. Might as well give the honors to Boothill to finish things up.
There are only two kinds of people in the world. Those with a loaded gun. Those who dig their own
bang. Ugh, no crit means I guess 17k isn't even 1%. That's a little bit rough. 1.7 million. Crazy. So these are the builds we used here. 163 speed, 257 break effect. Now with his light cone, he's going to go to 175. Very important. Now this 10% def shred plus extra 60% break effect is nice even though we're not triggering super break. And E0 Boothill is the best Boothill because Boothill doesn't need anything. He's just amazing. Now Sunday is 174. We're going double, actually triple two-piece speeds. Amazing. In my opinion, because we also didn't go any crit damage because, of course, this is a break build, so there's no reason to build crit damage on Boothill, so we can just go pure speed. Now, Dance, Dance, Dance on Ron May with the Watchmaker, of course. And we got the E1 Ron May pairs very nicely with Sunday's E1, so we get 36 total def shred. And then Ron May, or rather Black Swan, our support Swan, on Zhao's Light Cone, Wind, and Von Whack is also very, very, very nice to use. I like it quite a bit. Tutorial is also a good one, if you don't have Zhao's Light Cone. This is the Misha we used for this run. He had 70 effect hit rate. He had the Imbibitor Light Cone for a little bit extra energy recharge. And it's the same 4-piece and 2-piece I put on Black Swan. And that is it for our amazing support Misha. And then for the final team, I actually upped the speed on Boothill a little bit just so we can make sure to go 3 times, although it wasn't necessary. I actually overdid it. Now Acheron rather, was on attack boot, so we were able to push her up with Ron May. Very, very nice to see. And as for that, Ranmei was identical. So that was the run, guys. That was the amazing Boothill synergies. I mean, he's got a ton more. Feixiao is one of the best ones, but I did leave her off because we did that one recently. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this video, future video ideas, anything you guys want to see. I appreciate it very much. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.